Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Remember how I said that I didn't think that I was going to be able to see Total Recall today? Well, scratch that from your brains and rewrite history, which is basically kind of the theme for Total Recall in and of itself. We've got this main character, Douglas, who is this factory drone, and he lives an uncomplicated life with his wife. Um, and it's all seemingly, uncomplicated. Though you have the only two territories that are left that are viable in the world are the United Britain Federation and the colony, which is of course Australia. And the way they go from one place to another is known as the fall. And there's a leader of this rebel movement who says that the fall is the downfall of society as a whole. And you've got a group of police officers that enforce the laws and the rules of a man who has a hierarchy. You don't really know about him much till later, and he just comes across as a complete and total jerk. Cohagen. I hate Cohagen. Cohagen is the embodiment of all that's bad about authority. He's a dictator. He is a authoritarian despot who rules the land with an iron. Actually, both everything, the remaining territories with an iron fist. And you figure out what his plot is later with the synthetics, which are basically robots that are programmed to obey only their master. And they're part of the police force. Who would have known? But it's a very philosophical film, and it's extremely dense, and it really makes you think quite a bit. And I absolutely loved it. I loved every second of it. It was just phenomenal. The CGI, the action, the adventure, the existentialism that was involved, and the trippiness of it. It just made me think quite a bit about what is reality, what is fantasy, what do we perceive, how do our minds work. If this were possible, what would people do with it? How much technology is too much technology a good thing or a bad thing? Is it bad to be part of a rebellion, or should you listen to what the man tells you to do? Or there are a lot of different themes that run throughout this movie that I really like, and I love Doug Quaid. Or you figure out that I'm not gonna give it away. I'm not. I'm just. I almost gave away a spoiler that would have ruined everything. But you learn that nothing is as it seems, especially when he goes to a place called Recall. And Recall is this kind of underground world that you can go and hook yourself up into a kind of a virtual realm, so to speak. You get it injected into you. You get the whole experience injected into your body, and then you remember you have the memory later, which is really a fascinating idea. It's complete genius, and I love Philip K. Dick for this. He's just and he's a blazing mind, and he's just astonishing. And everything that was involved in this it took my breath away. There were moments where I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat, just gripping my armrests, just totally mesmerized by the action that I was seeing. And there's a lot that takes place in many of the scenes, and there might be a little bit of confusion, but I understood what was going on, and it just was a very deep film for me, and it made me think quite a bit. It's all about perception. It's about how important the present is, and there are people who dwell too much in the past. And Doug's character is actually important. He doesn't know who he really is, and he's coming to discover his actual identity and why um, and why these supposed things are happening to him, why he has all these abilities, why he has all these memories that he can't really explain. And of course this is revealed in the duration of the film, and it's 2 hours, but it goes by extremely quickly. It's just over like a blaze, because the action and adventure that occur are nothing but fantastic. They are just overwhelming. But that really isn't a good adjective for this. I would say that it just takes all of your senses and squishes them into a compact space, and it just washes over you. And sometimes it's a bit much, but despite that, it is just completely the most epic film I've seen all summer. Well, save for the Avengers, of course, and Spider-Man. I would definitely put those on a higher rank because I'm a comic book fan, but I love sci-fi because it's such a great escape mechanism, and this was not only a great escape for me, but also a chance to work my my neurons and my synapses quite a bit. Um, I gave it I give it, pardon me for using wrong tense, I give it 2 thumbs up and 5 stars, hands down. I think that it is a incredible film. If you haven't seen the first one, doesn't matter because this is completely different. This has a completely um, unique vibe with it. It's darker. It's more sinister. It's just got this whole idea of kind of this Asimovian atmosphere, the whole cautionary tale, Big Brother's watching, Orwellian plot that's involved, and the whole idea of just um, fighting against authority, and who do you trust? Who's telling you the truth? Who's lying to you? Can you really believe what anybody says? I mean, it really messes with your brain. It can really jack you up, but it's real. It's sincerely, it is a absolutely sensational film, and I just loved it from start to finish, and I was just completely captivated by it, and I wouldn't mind having the it on DVD because it's just totally epic and amazing. It's by far the most majestic film I've seen in a long, long time. Now, my dad did his review of it was he he enjoyed it, but it wasn't his choice of favorite film this summer. And that's about all I have to say about Total Recall. And if you have a chance to see it, do, because it's well worth your time.